Okay, welcome Oshrat. Welcome
Thank
to
you.
our episode Meet the Customer. Okay, where we want to show to our audience who is Oshrat,
Oh my
where
God.
Oshrat is working, and how she got into aviation. So can you give us a story about your background?
Okay, this is going to be. I had my first flight when I was 5 days old. I was born in Eilat, so I started actually flying when I was very, very small. So I think this was the first time that I fell in love with the smell of aviation. It's very special. And then I started actually in 96, 30 years ago.
Wow.
I started as a security agent. I was working for Arkia, and I had this dream to go to Rome. Then I moved to Rome for El Al. I was working with the Israeli security for 7 years. Did a whole period there for a while. At a certain point, I was nominated the Israir representative, so I was working for Israel. And then after 14 years in Rome, I thought about going back to Israel. I was looking around. I found this small position in Israel for to take the place of someone in maternity leave. So I came only for 4 months, but then I got an offer from Israel CEO to stay. He says, stick with us. He said, we don't pay well, but it's interesting. So I stayed.
Very persuasive. Huh?
Yeah, that's his way.
Yeah. So you actually then had experience with all Israeli airlines.
Back then, I like all three major. So I've passed that.
Yeah.
And then I started. I was the manager of Tel Aviv stations, Sde Dov, which is already closed, and Ben Gurion Airport. And after 4 years doing that, I was persuaded to take the management of the OCC. I was the Operation and Control Center manager for 9 years, up until recently, where I took this position of head of operational development, quality, and sustainability.
So you came all the way from security to quality and sustainability.
Exactly.
Yeah. But when you switched from security to OCC at Israel, how different it was for you? Like, was it something that was better for you, or like more challenging?
I think every aspect of the aviation industry is challenging. I think what's amazing about this industry is that you don't stop learning. You have a lot of different aspects, and I think that we get better when we understand that at the end, all of these disciplines are combined. Because when I was security, I only knew the security part. But then when I became ground operations, I said, okay, now I have another view of ground operations on security, and which is another type. When I got to flight operations, managing the OCC, it was already almost a round aspect of aviation.
Yeah, it makes sense. But so how long you worked in OCC total?
9 years.
9 years in OCC.
Yeah,
Okay.
24/7.
24/7 for 9
Not sleep.
years.
Yeah, no sleep.
But did you have a burnout? I assume you did.
Yeah.
Many times.
Many times, because actually, you like Greek mythology with ICARUS. So working in aviation is also another aspect is Sisyphos, you say? When you're pushing the stone. So basically, in aviation, every day you have to push the stone, and you have to, in another flight, you have to start pushing it back. You have to do it all the time, because you have to be excellent every time. You have to invent yourself every time. So there's something about it that is, so there is a chance for burnout, but I think I think aviation is a bug, that if you start working in aviation, it's very hard for you to leave it. So I know a lot of people that tried to leave and then came back.
Yeah.
because there's something about this adrenaline, something about this environment that is exciting.
I would agree with you. I had here already a couple of guests talking. It was the same thing. Like they got in and they cannot get out of aviation.
But I think it's nice because there are so many aspects now. If I'm looking at safety and quality and compliance and all of those aspects, you keep on learning new things. I'm also very eager into improving passenger service and accessibility services. So I keep on learning new things. So I find a way to fight the burnout status.
Yeah, I think you like the challenges.
Yeah, I do.
Different challenges. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when we worked at ICARUS, also.
I took a lot of challenges in ICARUS as well.
Yeah, and you're pushing us in a positive way. So I like this style that you have. It's like you're very fast in getting things done, which is not usually common, at least from our experience with airlines. But you're quite fast in reacting, and you actually understand the benefits of those things.
I think ICARUS is a group of professionals that have a lot of knowledge, and for someone like me to have the opportunity to suck the knowledge out of you and to bring it to my airline is an amazing opportunity. So that is why I'm very fast, because I'm afraid to lose something. I'm afraid to lose some of your...
Well, so you have a fear of missing out.
Yeah, it's a FOMO.
Yeah, FOMO.
It is. But it's not just that. My biggest fear is to lose... how do you call it? I'm trying to...
Try to explain it.
That I will not be effective. I don't like doing things the wrong way. I don't. If there is a way to do it efficiently, then I don't want to waste time doing it.
But it's okay to make a mistake.
We do. I make a lot of mistakes every day, but I try not to repeat the same ones. I try to make new fabulous, horrific mistakes every time, and not to repeat the same ones.
Yeah, but I noticed from working with you that like you actually correct very quickly some stuff that you notice, at least in our project, that you corrected with your IT team, with other departments, and you're pushing the whole project forward from your side. Usually the airline side, like from our experience, is slower.
I think that is the Israir DNA. Israir DNA is very flexible. And I think that is why we keep ourselves small and efficient, and it allows us. I've collaborated with other airlines where it was very difficult for me to work, because I needed a lot of approvals and politics and procedures in order to get something done. And Israir, if we see something done, then we say, okay, let's do it. And I have most of the team with me.
Yeah, very nice. But let's get back to your this career at Israir. So you got to quality. This is actually the connection to our project. But can you tell me how it was for you, the transition then from OCC after 9 years and working 24/7 in OCC? Probably your mind was still in OCC, and you had to switch to something a little bit more relaxed department.
There is no relaxed in aviation. I don't know who told you that we can be relaxed, because the minute I've transitioned, I've already started working on an IOSA audit, and during this challenging period in Israel, so it was not a smooth transition. So every time we have another project, but I think that I have a fast rhythm, and I'm trying to keep it like this tension of big projects and good energy, and trying to put things together.
Okay, so you can tell me a little bit about your experience at Israir. Like you've been working now for a while at Israir. How do you see the company has changed? Because now it's also growing, also with number of aircraft, number of operations. But what was the difference when you started to today?
When I arrived to Israel, Israel was a small airline with 2 Airbus 320 and 2 ATR, which is a completely different operation. We've grown, we've added, now we have one fleet of Airbus 320. We do not have any more those ATRs, and we work with a lot of ACMI operators. We're number 2 in Ben Gurion Airport, which is positioning us in a very important place. I like to say that we're number 2, so we try harder. We work very hard to make ourselves better. And Israel is now taking on a very big, important step with wide-body aircraft, two Airbus 330 that will start in the next month, hopefully. And so it's a completely different company. We've also partnered with a lot of cutting-edge technologies. We're a lot more efficient. We're using systems such as ICARUS to make ourselves better, and we're trying to implement as many of them in our operation as possible.
Yeah, which I'm actually very proud to be part of your journey and your growth. And you guys really look at technologies a lot. So we can stay in that topic, and you can tell me, how do you see emerging technologies like AI, and how you see Israel adopting to those technologies?
We're working on AI implementations in our airline. We've done a lot of trainings for our people to use AI in a smart way in order to recover, like, let's say, gaps in personnel that you don't have, but also to help us. I found that AI is helping me to think better. I'm asking the AI to challenge me to see what are the things that I've missed. So this is one thing. We've been using those functions in different aspects, but I can't wait to see what AI will bring with the ICARUS and Daedalus.
Yes, of course we have to also look at these things and in order to help you. But yeah, it's interesting to see that you're already working internally on it,
a lot,
and that you are open-minded about these technologies. Okay, and maybe one of the last questions. Yeah, can you tell me what Oshrat is doing when she's not inside aviation, in your free time?
I eat and drink.
Yeah?
I love food.
What kind of food?
I love good food. I like tasting things, experimenting. I like cooking as well. I like spending time with good friends, good family, colleagues.
You have Yemen origin.
half Yemen, half Iraqi.
Yes, half Iraqi. Yeah, interesting. So, what kind of Yemen or Iraqi food do you like?
Well, it starts. I think that the nice thing about Israel and Israeli food is the fact that we have the good fortune to have so many cultures inside one place. So I can enjoy Japanese food, and I can enjoy good Yemenite soup, or I can enjoy good Italian. So we're very lucky to have it all. Also, Croatia is very good from what we've tried until now.
Yes, and this is your second time, I guess, in Croatia.
More than the second time. No. It's I've been here many times as a security agent. In Dubrovnik.
And how you find so far Croatia?
I think Croatia has changed significantly, because I've seen it in the early 2000s when it was still a little bit worn out after the war, a bit tired, less touristic, and I think that it became incredibly beautiful, and you're so lucky to be living in a place so full of nature and stunning views.
Yes, and you are connected to Croatia because you work with Trader and also with us.
Yeah.
So there is a connection to Croatia with all
Until
the time.
now, all of the people and companies that I've met from Croatia were absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And of course, your team in ICARUS, you're very lucky. I saw that also during this conference that you've handpicked them. Each and every one of them is absolutely stunning.
Yeah, actually we look at the character of the person when we're hiring. So it's very important for us to blend in, and yeah, they've been really amazing. Also this conference that we actually participated in, and I'm glad that you participated as well. Yeah. Okay, Oshrat, that's it for now. It was a pleasure to have you here, and
thank you for having
this
me.
time. Yeah, thank you, Oshrat.
Thank you.